Welcome back, my fellow collectors. I've got two of the most important half-dollar dates struck in the 20th century. They are the last silver half-dollars struck at the San Francisco Mint, the 1953S and the 1954S. The last silver half-dollars struck for commerce, I should add. Take a look at this mintage chart here that shows the mintages of all the half-dollars from the late Walking Liberty half series through the Franklin series and into the Kennedy half-dollar series. And just for perspective, as a reference point, you can see in 1964, Kennedy half-dollars, the mintage, Philadelphia struck 273 million Kennedy half-dollars in 1964. Denver struck 156 million. But look on over just to the immediate left there, 1953S, they struck 4,148,053 for commerce. 1954, they struck 4,993,000 half-dollars for commerce. These are coins struck for commerce. So the vast majority went into circulation. Very few were held onto and remained in uncirculated condition. So that's one cool thing about these last two dates, the end of an era at the San Francisco Mint. The other issue is the fact that these San Francisco issues, this pair represents the toughest coins in the series to get in full bell line. The 53S is the king of the series in full bell line condition. I've got an example of the finest known NGC specimen right over here. This coin recently was placed with an RCTV client, the finest known example. But you see examples that aren't even full bell line that command tremendous premiums. Sasha's got some comparables to show you what some asking prices are for 1953S's that have nearly full bell lines, that are very well struck, but not quite full bell line. Here's a 53S asking price, $1,700. Nearly full bell line, brilliant specimen, $1,700. Here's one that's sold in auction, $2,090. Here's one, nearly full bell line with some very unattractive toning, I would say, $2,800. Here's another one, $3,695. Here's an MS65, nearly full bell line, $4,720. Here's a 66, $7,990. Here's one for $14,950. They're not full bell line, but they're well struck. And the cherry on top, well, $19,500. That's just the 53S. Now, what are we talking about when we refer to full bell lines? And we have some pictures to give you an idea of a nearly full bell line coin and a full bell line coin. Now, that center coin, if we can zoom in, that's not full bell lines. What we're referring to is the horizontal bell lines. You see the top section there, and then at the very bottom, how the bell lines fade out as they approach the crack in the bell because of a soft strike. Now, the picture to the right is a coin that is fully struck where you see all the bell lines. And this is very similar. It's analogous to the full head standing Liberty quarter. You can get a 1927S standing Liberty quarter that's not full head, and it'll sell for a few $1,000s. But if you get one that's a full head, a 27S, it can go for $200,000 or $300,000. The S mints had a real problem with strike, and it continued on into the Franklin series. In fact, here's a picture of a 54S that is uncirculated, folks. This came from a mint set. But the strike was so poor, look how flatly struck it is. Now, I've got some of the most beautiful 53S and 1954S. Take a look at what I have for you today. This is a preferred client special. The first rule when buying a rare coin, if you have the choice between two coins of the same grade, and one is more attractive, but one is cheaper, you always go for the more attractive example. Because beauty, great art, over time, that's what appreciates the most in value. Because that's what future collectors, future owners want. They want beauty. They're not looking for something cheap. They want something that they can look at and enjoy. Take a look at these coins that I have for you. These are beautiful, brilliant specimens. If some have some toning, it'll just be around the periphery. There might be some little bit of color toning. Look at these 53S's, and you can see how well struck this coin is. It is so close to being FBL. Beautiful, brilliant specimens. Most 53S's and 54S's are not beautiful, brilliant specimens. They typically have some unattractive toning. Just for comparison, here are the coins that do not go into Signature Series holders. A Signature Series coin has to be exceptional for the date and grade, and exceptional in terms of the quality and in terms of the eye appeal. There are so many 53S's and 54S's, like you see here, that have speckled toning or dark toning. There's one. There's another 53S. I only acquire these as educational tools for you folks, so you'll understand the difference between a really exceptional specimen and one that's typical. Now this is beautiful obverse. Nice, brilliant obverse, but you flip it over, not so nice. So I've got these 53S's and 54S's. You've got some idea of what dealers are asking for these coins. The 53S's I have for only $199. The 54S's only $159. That comes to $358. Now, when I make my presentation that goes nationwide, the set is offered for $349. Our preferred client special on this 6.5 set is $329 for both coins, and you will get a softcover edition of a guidebook of Franklin and Kennedy half dollars, the 4th edition of this book, the soft cover. Here's what I say about the 53S in this book. A very popular alternative for many collectors is the 1953S and MS65 with nearly full bell lines. These coins exhibit most of the well-struck characteristics of the FBL 1953S, but for about 5% of the price. These coins typically exhibit excellent bell lines up to about 1/16 of an inch from the crack in the Liberty Bell. A great coin and very popular in MS65 given the tremendous rarity of FBLs. A nice MS65 is now a $125 to $250 coin and rising due to demand. By itself, it's $199. The 54S is only $159. Get the set, get both for $329, and you'll get a soft cover edition of the 4th edition of my Franklin and Kennedy half dollar guidebook. And then I have the top of the line set in MS66. I have fewer than 15 of these sets in MS66. They are really difficult, but take a look at a couple of these in MS66 condition. This is the highest grade I can offer a brilliant set in, folks. That's how rare they are. These are spectacular. Take a look at this coin, folks. Really well struck, and it just fades out as it approaches the crack on the left side there. Just a spectacular specimen. You look at the obverse, the detail on the obverse is extraordinary. It's really extraordinary for a 1953S. Again, they only struck about 4 million specimens. Almost all of them went into commerce, into circulation. This coin was from an original roll, among the finest examples from an original roll. I can't tell you the last time I handled a truly original roll of 1953S Franklins. Now these coins, you're getting the ultimate in eye appeal, quality, tremendous rarity, and I'm cutting out all the middlemen. Again, this is my personal passion, looking for the finest Franklin half dollars. And I'm able to offer you a Signature Series specimen, a 53S MS66 nearly full bell line for only $795. 1954S MS66 for only $795. If we could take a look at one of these 54S's, they are spectacular. There's one with a bit of that beautiful peripheral color I was referring to. If you can get a Franklin with some nice peripheral color, that is a bonus. That is a bonus, because Franklins are really hard to find with attractive color like you see there. These are just border on perfection, really well struck. The best part of all, folks, is the price. So if you add that up, it comes to $1,590. In our national presentation, viewers are getting this set for only $1,495. They're saving $95 when they get the set. But our preferred client special, you get the set for only $1,395, an additional savings of $100, and you will get the limited hardcover 4th edition of the Franklin and Kennedy Guidebook. Both coins for only $1,395. This is a real special opportunity. It's been almost 2 years in the making to put this group of 1953S and 1954S Franklins together. These incredible specimens in beautiful, brilliant condition, really well struck in MS65, MS66. Again, the end of an era. The last 90% silver mint state coins struck by the San Francisco Mint, and the toughest coins in the series. The 53S, again, is the key date in the series in full bell line. To give you an idea of the rarity of these coins in FBL, this is the latest census report of the Signature Series coins. You can see some of the more common dates, 48P and D, over 40 graded to date. The 53S, only 1 graded in 6.5 FBL, and then this one example in 6.6 plus FBL. The 54S, only 15 graded in 6.5 FBL, 4 graded in 6 FBL, 1 graded in 6 plus, and 1 graded in 7 FBL. 2 key dates, the 53S, the toughest date of all, and to get the pair for only $329 in MS65 with a book, if you can swing it, get the set in MS66 while I have them. This is a fabulous way to begin collecting mint state Franklin half dollars. These 2 really tough dates in extraordinary condition at a great, great preferred client price. Thank you for watching.